This is the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro, and I thought, what better way to test it than going to Coney Island and jumping on some rides. GoPro's new camera feels much closer to a pocket cinema camera, and honestly, this might be the camera that changes how people look at GoPro entirely. GoPro's new lineup of cameras is called Mission 1. And yes, there is an interchangeable lens version coming soon that we are super excited to test out and we'll cover in a video to follow, but for now, this is the Mission 1 Pro. This is the new flagship in GoPro's Mission 1 lineup, and it's a pretty big departure from the traditional action/adventure cameras, leaning way more into image quality and flexibility. The biggest change starts with the sensor. It's a new 1-inch quad Bayer sensor with up to 14 stops of dynamic range. Powering this new sensor is a new GP3 processor. This processor enables longer run times, next-generation video pixel processing, and stunning low-light performance. I was super impressed that the Mission 1 Pro was able to deliver crisp, low-light video with very low noise and an overall more filmic look. To actually take advantage of that larger sensor, the Mission 1 Pro can shoot open gate at 8K, which means you're capturing the full sensor and you can crop later for vertical, horizontal, or whatever aspect ratio you need. Frame rates are also kind of crazy. You can now shoot 4K at up to 240 frames per second and 1080p at 960 frames per second. That 1080p mode, however, is capped at 10 seconds of record time, so it's not something you'll use all the time, but it's pretty wild to have that level of slow motion. Bitrate has also been bumped up to 240 megabits per second, so overall, you're getting way more data and flexibility in post. Further extending that flexibility in post is the new GP2 log format, allowing you much more color and exposure latitude while grading. Physically, the Mission 1 Pro is a bit beefier than the Hero 13. The rear LCD is larger at 2.59 inches, which makes framing and playback a lot easier. Battery life is also improved with the new Enduro 2 battery. It's a 2150 mAh battery, delivering much longer run times. I was able to record at 8K 30 for, a little over 3 hours, and it was a noticeable upgrade in battery life from the Hero 13. Not only does this battery last longer, but it also utilizes fast charging, going from 0 to 80% in just 20 minutes, and then slows down charging for the last 20% to better preserve overall battery health. The buttons are also redesigned. They're bigger, more tactile, making it easier to operate even when you're using gloves. GoPro is calling them equilibrium buttons. The buttons feature a visible gap underneath them, allowing water to flow freely so that you can press the button under higher water pressure without it getting stuck. This is super important because now the Mission 1 Pro has an increased depth of 66 feet. There's also a small ambient light sensor on the front of the camera that helps warn you about flicker depending on your frame rate. It's a small detail, but I think it's actually really useful. Audio also got a meaningful upgrade. There are now 4 mics in total, a new rear-facing microphone, 2 mics on the front of the camera, and then a microphone on the side of the camera with a train. Please don't pull this off. This is not the battery door. You'll totally ruin the camera if you do that.
Oh my I don't like this.
God.
One thing you gotta love about this camera is the stabilization. I mean, look at us.
It is incredibly stable. If you cannot tell, we're spinning around.
This is faster than I thought.
Oh my. There's even a new audio control panel within the camera that makes it easier to monitor and adjust your levels while filming. For better external audio, GoPro also introduced a new wireless mic system. It's designed to work seamlessly with the Mission 1 Pro lineup. GoPro has also released a new wireless mic system, which I have right here under my shirt. It's super discreet, and I just wanted to give you a comparison of how the new mics sound. It records 24-bit audio, has built-in noise reduction, and the transmitters are tiny. They're only about 10 grams, and they both have magnetic and a little clip so you can attach them super easily. You get around 6.5 hours of battery per transmitter, plus an additional charge from the case, and a wireless range of up to 150 meters. This camera clearly shoots amazing video, but also is great for photos. You've got a 50 megapixel photo mode in both RAW and JPEG, and honestly, even pulling stills from 8K video gives you really usable 40 megapixel images. I think the bigger shift here is that this doesn't really feel like a traditional GoPro anymore. Between the larger sensor, log shooting, improved audio, and overall camera body design, this feels much closer to a compact cinema camera than an action cam. And if this is what the Mission 1 Pro can do, the ILS version with interchangeable lenses might be where things get really interesting. So I'm definitely excited to get my hands on that when that drops, but I'm curious, would you actually use something like this over your current setup? I'm Patrick with B&H, and I'll catch you in the next one.